and Jawas, I am Corey from Super Kami Guru 9000, and welcome to Star Wars for 100 days. This is no Jedi mind trick. I am literally making 100 Star Wars videos, all leading up to the release of Star Wars The Force Awakens. Despite the fact that Star Wars is known as a family-friendly film series, it's not afraid to go into some violent territory. In fact, one of the grandest traditions in Star Wars history is that in every single movie, someone has to either get their hand, arm, leg, or head cut off. It's a surprising tradition which has been around since the very first movie, Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope. And today I'm going to highlight a number of these scenes. Starting from the very beginning in the prequel trilogy, we have Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, which surprisingly enough broke tradition from the rest of the movies and is the only Star Wars film to not feature someone's hand getting cut off. However, Darth Maul ends up getting cut completely in half, being separated from his lower torso and his legs. Anyone who thought that Darth Maul was actually dead hasn't seen all of Star Wars Clone Wars yet, though. In Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones, this is when things start to get a little nutty. First, we have the character of Zam Wesell, who is a shape-shifting bounty hunter who's currently working with Jango Fett. She gets captured by Anakin and Obi-Wan ends up cutting her right arm off. This entire scene, which takes place in a bar, is a great homage to another scene that we're going to talk about in just a bit. And let's not forget the scene where Anakin decides to go all psychopath and ends up decapitating 2 Tusken Raiders all in one single stroke. There's also a few other dismemberments. Let's not forget the giant monster known as the Acklay, which is also completely destroyed by Obi-Wan Kenobi as he cuts off both of its legs before finishing it off in a brutal fashion. And then, of course, there's the epic duel between Anakin Skywalker and Count Dooku, where Dooku, through the power of the dark side, ends up overpowering Anakin and cutting off his right arm for the first time. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith is where things really start to get insane, where they decide to up the ante, where in the first 10 minutes of the film, Count Dooku is defeated by Anakin Skywalker, has both of his hands cut off, and then is swiftly decapitated. And we can't forget the climactic battle between Mace Windu, Emperor Palpatine, and of course Anakin Skywalker. This is one of the most crucial dismemberments in the series, as this is when Anakin Skywalker finally succumbs to the power of the dark side and becomes Darth Vader after literally cutting off the right arm of his master, Mace Windu, as Emperor Palpatine throws him through the window. However, karma proves yet again to be a very cruel mistress when at the very end of the Revenge of the Sith, Anakin Skywalker not only has both of his legs cut off, but also his remaining left arm. It's after this that he is forced to become the cyborg badass known as Darth Vader. Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope, the movie that set the standard and proved that even if you have a lightsaber, apparently you can make things bleed. This is actually a mistake on the creators of the movie, but it leads to one of the most classic scenes of the film, the classic Mos Eisley Cantina scene, where there's this one alien by the name of Ponda Baba, who's this weird-looking, arachnid-looking alien who literally looks like he has an ass sticking out of his mouth. He ends up getting up in Luke Skywalker's face, and this pisses him off, and then Obi-Wan comes over, offering him to buy a drink, and then suddenly they try to pull out blasters and kill him. That's when Obi-Wan decides to cut off the right arm of Ponda Baba, leaving blood all over the place. Hell, even C-3PO loses an arm in this movie. In Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, the giant abominable snow monster known as a Wampa, which is basically just an abominable Wookiee, ends up losing its right arm to Luke Skywalker because of his lightsaber. And at the very end of that movie, Luke Skywalker ends up losing his right hand to his dun-dun-dun father, Darth Vader. This is a really crucial scene in the movie, as this is when he finally learns about the truth about his father, and of course he is just completely destroyed in the battle. Not to mention C-3PO again ends up losing most of his limbs in this movie. And then of course there is Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, the finale of the original Star Wars trilogy, and what many people believe to be the true ending of Star Wars. In the climactic battle between Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader, eventually Luke Skywalker's rage pushes him over the edge as he is able to defeat Darth Vader and cutting off his right hand for the second time in the series. The Star Wars universe is a dangerous place. Tread lightly. You never know when a blaster or a lightsaber is about to fly into your face. Hopefully the tradition will continue in Star Wars The Force Awakens. I really cannot wait to see how that's going to go down. Will it be the very first movie in the series to break this tradition? We're just going to have to wait until its release. Thank you guys for watching today. Before you guys leave, please tell me what you guys hope to see in Star Wars The Force Awakens, and any other favorite Star Wars scenes you love from the movies or the expanded universe. You can tell me in the comment section below. Thank you guys again for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and make sure to follow us on social media. Thank you guys again for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.